Here's 2 techniques to better manage your RSD. I'm Dr. George Saaks, psychologist, specialist in ADHD and RSD. I have ADHD and have had RSD my whole life. But here's 2 ways to better manage your RSD that work for me. And I really struggled with this my whole life, going back all the way, as far as I can remember, to middle school and high school. And some people may call this social anxiety. And it certainly could be diagnosed as social anxiety, but when you dive deeper into it, you realize it's really about shame and fear of rejection and intrusive thoughts that people don't like us. But as a psychologist working with people with ADHD every day, I had to really think about what's going to work, what's going to stop the intrusive thoughts, what's going to help us break out of our fears and move forward to improve our connections and relationships. And I came up with 2 techniques here, 2 that really work for me. These are kind of cognitive tools that I use. The first one is when I have a immediate intrusive overwhelming thought that somebody doesn't like me or that I'm going to be rejected or that I'm in trouble or something like that, I immediately tell myself this is an illusion. It's almost like a ghost or an artifact from the past when there may have been a history of rejection, but now there's no evidence. And that's the definition of RSD, that there's no evidence that anyone is going to reject us, but we believe it's going to happen. And so what I do now is I tell myself, George, this is an illusion. It's almost like a hallucination. I'm not saying this is schizophrenia, but it feels so real that the other person doesn't like us. And that's why it feels like an illusion or a hallucination or a ghost from the past. But by telling myself this is not real, it helps me calm down and I feel like I can move forward through this irrational belief to make contact with people, to hang out with people, to call people. So that's the first thing I do is I tell myself this is an illusion. It's a ghost from the past. It's not real. It may feel real, but it's not true. And the second thing I say, that person that I'm not calling, that person that I'm not connecting with because I'm afraid of rejection, doesn't dislike me in this moment. They may not like themselves in this moment. And what do I mean by that? It's that sometimes people don't reach out to other people because they're in a bad place, they're depressed, they're going through something. But we, with our RSD and ADHD, assume everybody's neurotypical and everybody has a great life and nobody feels any kind of anxiety or fear. So we project onto them that their life is great and our life is really not. But the truth is, it's not that they don't like us, it's that they may not like themselves in this moment, and that's why they're not reaching out to us. And so the sad thing is, because of our RSD, we don't reach out to them, and they may not be reaching out to us for the exact same reason, and there's no connection, and there's no healing. So that's why it's really important to hold these 2 ideas at the same time. The first one is that RSD is an irrational illusion, hallucination, it's not real. And the second is that the other person may be going through a really hard time themselves, and that's why they're not reaching out to us. And so that's another motivational reason for us to make the connection, because we may actually be of service to them. We may actually be able to help them feel better. 2 good reasons to work through our RSD to improve our connections. For more tips on ADHD and RSD, follow my channel. Take care.